Good morning. It's time to get up with an injury scare for Dak. The Cowboys QB spotted in a walking boot just weeks before training camp. Plus, the blunt Big Blue, the statement on Saquon Barkley that has one of his new teammates fired up. And Steph has a new buddy, and he gets buckets. Is the Warriors' offseason actually a splashing success? Hey, good Friday. Welcome to Get Up. I'm Brian Custer in for Greeny. You're not McNuts. In the Seaport, I got Monica McNutt with me. Joining me to talk hoop as well, Bobby Marks is with us. And we got to talk some football. I got Graz here. Neek is here. And Mr. T, Mike Tenenbaum's with us as well. And that's where we're going to start, gentlemen, because an injury scare for the Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott recently suffered a minor foot sprain that temporarily required a walking boot. He was pictured there wearing the boot while on vacation in Cabo. You know, Dak is entering the final year of his contract. Cowboys will hold their first training camp practice July 25th. Now, Dak addressed the picture in a text message to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram saying, quote, "I'm great." Said the boot was for precautionary reasons because, quote, "the last time I went deep sea fishing, my ankle swole up." Prescott said, quote, the ankle, same issue that he's been dealing with since undergoing season-ending surgery for a fractured ankle 4 years ago in 2020. Okay, Graz, I guess the big question here is, what more information do you have on this? Because, you know, there were unconfirmed reports of an MRI. What more can you tell us?
Dak Prescott broke his ankle in the 2020 season and had surgery to repair it. And look, I mean, I think once that happens to you, the thing is never 100% the same, right? So he has, as he mentions there, been dealing with, you know, managing it off and on since then. And the sense I got yesterday calling around on this was that there was not a high level of concern, that this is the kind of thing that he does from time to time to either prevent the ankle from bothering him or to react when it does, and that they are not concerned. He did everything throughout the offseason. We're 3 weeks from training camp. If he shows up in training camp and he's not on the field because of the ankle, then I think we sound the alarm. But as of now, given the fact that he's been able to manage it and play at a high level for 3 seasons since returning from the injury, I think, you know, we sort of are left to take him and the team at their word that they're not concerned about this, and this is normal management of the issue.
Okay. Mike T, I know, former general manager. What do you think Jerry Jones' level of concern is with this news?
Well, look, they've had him for a number of years since the injury, as Graz pointed out. And to me, you know, old Coach Parcells' line here is we go by what we see. And this guy has answered the bell post-injury, so I wouldn't be that concerned. But I would tell you as a GM, Brian, I would say to Dak, hey, if the last time you went deep-sea fishing, your ankles swelled for whatever reasons, they swelled up, Don't do it. Let's find something else. In your tax bracket, there's no shortage of activities you could do over July 4th. So let's just stay away from deep sea fishing.
Yes, expected to make $29 million here, final year of his contract. Speaking of that contract, Neek, from a player's perspective, how much should an injury risk weigh into Dak's contract decision-making, you think?
I mean, Dax, from his experience, it shouldn't weigh very much, as Graz pointed out. But I don't know. I'm not I'm a lot more risk averse than Dak Prescott. If there is a quibble over a couple million here or there, I'm gonna go ahead and take that money when I can. Also think that I don't know much about deep sea fishing. Like, I'm a city boy. I grew up in cities, and that's where I spend my time now. But I don't think you actually go deep in the sea. I'm confused at what you are doing in the water that makes your ankle swell up. Maybe you should take Mr. T's advice and stop doing whatever it does that make your ankle swell until you're done. When you're done playing football,
are you really
swell
that much
that thing
of a
up as
city boy?
big as a balloon. But until then, go ahead and do things that don't involve getting your ankle swollen.
I gotta go to you here, Graz. From an injury perspective there and the contract, especially when you talk about the contract decision-making here, give me your thoughts on that for Dak.
Well, I don't think Dak is concerned because, again, it was a contract year in 2020 when he broke his ankle 5 games into the season, and he still ended up the following spring with sort of the mother of all quarterback contracts. This is what we've been talking about all year, right? Like, he's got all the leverage. He's got, they've got a $40+ million cap hit on him for 2025, regardless of whether he's on the team. He has a no-trade clause. They can't franchise him. So he cleaned up following a season in which he suffered a significant season-ending injury. So I don't see why he would fear that, given the way it went last time. If he gets hurt, his worst-case scenario is he's unrestricted free agent, and other teams besides the Cowboys can bid on him this time. From the Cowboys' standpoint, they still want to sign him. I wouldn't be surprised if talks picked up here between now and training camp. Whether that results in a deal or not ultimately is up to Dak. Again, he's the one holding all the cards.
And Brian, fundamentally, as Gross pointed out, because you can't franchise him, if he's within 20% of how he played last year, someone's going to pay him a lot of money. Let's focus on a team like the Raiders, who have so many good skilled players, Brock Bowers, Devontae Adams. Imagine what they would be with somebody like Dak Prescott. So I'm sure in the back of his mind, he'd love to work out with the Cowboys, drafted by them, and his career with them. But if he's even close to last year, I really do think that number is going to begin with a 6 next March, $60 million a year. Someone's going to get to that level. Trevor Lawrence is at $55 million. And if he's anywhere close to his performance last year, that's where he'll be next year.
What's up, good people and Eagle and now Washington fans? And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies like Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, JoJo? Lady Libra. Lady Libra in the house. What's up, Lady Libra? Stacy Schubert's in the house. Big Spank Dog. Commanders fan, seriously? You actually think that you, as a Washington Commanders fan, have any room to talk about anybody? Bro. Yes, it's been 30 years since we won a Super Bowl. How long has it been since you guys have won one? How many? I'll wait. Go on to the kiddie table. Grown folks are over here talking, bro. Jeff Lee in the house. Marcus Blackman. William Barney in the house. Kid Cowboy 66. They said that 40 million wrecks any team. You remember that? Do you remember when they said 30 million wrecks a team? Do you remember that? Money keeps going up because they are literally Kid Cowboy. Joe Gibbs ain't coming back around. And Kid Cowboy, what was going on with you during the live stream with Brian? Were you running out naked or something like that? What was that? Shirt off or something? What were they talking about? Lola, Miss Hot Sauce, what's up, Lola? How are you doing today? I got to find your theme song. I don't know why I can't. It doesn't stick. So yesterday was kind of cray-cray. Because I was sitting there at the house, and all I'm burning for you. Shout out to Lola. I was sitting at the house yesterday because I had to get back home. I left early yesterday morning. Drove back home because I had to get the AC fixed. Got my brother over there, took care of it. It's hot in Texas. It's hot up here too. So yeah, when it hits 100 here in Northern Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley, it's hot. It's really hot. It's so hot that the Shenandoah rivers and streams and estuaries are drying up to the point where they say you can't go fishing. And when you can't go fishing, it's time to set off the alarms, bro. It's time to set off the alarms. And for everybody on the Texas coast there, oh my goodness, We've got the remnants of that hurricane that devastated Jamaica and things that's headed your way. Fortunately, it is downgraded from being like a 3 or 2. I think when it hits the Yucatan Peninsula, it's going to slow down, but it'll be a 1. So make sure you take care of you. Make sure you got plenty of water and some canned food and everything else, and that you are sheltering down. Make sure you take care of you. But I was sitting there yesterday morning. I had gotten back. My brother was working on the AC. And then I saw the infamous picture of Dak Prescott. And at first I was like, is that Dak? Is this photoshopped? Is it real? Is it from the past? What the hell is going on? And then I realized after I did the video and put it up that we had a power surge and my sound mixer was off and didn't know it because, you know, I'm new media and I'm not that bright. Not that bright. I make a lot of mistakes. So I would say, but I'm adorable. You know, I'm fallible, but I'm not really adorable. Actually, I'm just kind of old and ugly. So that is what it is. Too hot for fishing, too hot for golf, too cold at home. How's it too cold at home? Because most people, it's so hot that they're saying, listen, you can't keep your AC down at 72. We need you at like 76, 78 to save electricity for everybody else. This shit is crazy, man. I don't ever remember it being so hot. I remember, I was seeing the devil sitting on the corner there. He had himself a rag and it was wiping the sweat off his brow. The devil. I kid you. I shit you not. So we had this whole thing with Dak Prescott, and I immediately called Uncle Phil. I said, Phil, how you doing? Congratulations on the new job. And I said, I'm seeing some stuff online about Dak Prescott in a walking boot. It's like, I know you told me before when he had the second surgery on his ankle. Do you know? He's like, wait a minute. He said, no. He said, if it was something major, I would know about it, and he would be back here getting it taken care of by his doctors. And he said, he's in Memphis right now because that was yesterday. Trey Lance Monday, it's happening. The stars are aligning. Trey Lance season. It may be Trey Lance's season, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a good season, bro. And I'm not trying to poo-poo the guy, but right now, the people that have been there don't seem real excited about what they've seen. But if there is any question about Dak Prescott's foot, we can guarantee that Trey Lance will get ample opportunity. You know, maybe this is the case of Tony Romo. Trey Lance gets his chance, inserts self, becomes the new Dak Prescott. It's possible. Anything is possible because in football, there is no guarantees. So now we got Cameron Newton. I don't know if you guys saw this earlier today. Cam Newton. Zeke showed y'all what happened when they get the bag. Well, Tyron Smith also showed us when you get the bag. Tyron Smith got the bag. Excuse me. And had a 10-year contract. That one worked out pretty good. Zach Martin, he got the bag. That one worked out pretty good too. You know, we've had some success stories. Not all of them bad. Do I think Zeke will be good this season? I think he'll be 800-900 yards. You can go through and you could say last year, okay, let me put it like this with Zeke. Okay. All right. You want my real opinion on Zeke. Okay, let's look at a couple things because I remember on Wednesday we were doing the over and under if Dak Prescott would be over 32 TVs or under, or was it 31? I can't remember which it was. Eastside, you're not asking. I've seen your comments. You're trolling. Mark Holmes, 900. Hell no. Dwayne, here's my thing. Think about this for a second. New England. Let me pull up their statistics because this will be a better way to do it. It's a party now. Walker Wade in the house. And we will be doing another drawing here tonight for another T-shirt. And then on Monday, we'll do another one of the plaques. Shout out to Walker Wade. Let me pull up New England stats because it was abysmal. New England Patriots stats 2023. Got you in there, Wade. All right, so let's look. Let's go to the numbers here, okay? New England. Oh, nope, that's not 23. New England stats 2023. Okay. 4-13 team, right? When we look at them as a team and an organization, passing-wise, 3,069 yards with 16 TDs and 21 interceptions. They were no passing threat whatsoever. Zero, zilch, zingo, nada. They were 28th in passing attempts. 22nd in passing attempts, 28 in passing yards, 27 in passing TDs, and just were ass. Running the football, they were 26 at attempts, 26 at yards, 26 in TDs, 25 in yards average. Yard average was 3.9 per carry, which was ass. We can say Zeke was ass. But here's the thing. Let's go down to the individual players. Zeke Elliott. So Zeke Elliott, on a team that couldn't pass the ball, that couldn't run the football, that couldn't block nobody, couldn't tackle, couldn't bust a grape, he averaged 3.5 yards a carry. Not real good. Not good at all. Terrible. In limited opportunities. 184 tries. Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper with Zeke Elliott, with his numbers. Zeke Elliott in his career, that was the lowest, and I mean the bottom, absolute bottom of his yards per carry average. 3.5. That's suckage. That's ass. That is, wow. That's low. Only 37.8 yards a game. Whew. Wow. So to get him to that 900 yards, he would need about 50 yards a game. Okay? 50 yards a game would get him to 900. And let's say, because he's with the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, I might say that Zeke Elliott will have a couple of things going for him that he did not have last year. Okay? Last year, they had no passing game. They could not spread out the field. Their quarterback was ass. Okay? That's one thing that the Cowboys can do. Basically, Zeke Elliott was probably getting 7 and 8 men in the box because they really didn't fear the passing game. They didn't have great receivers. They didn't have a good quarterback. We shut down Zeke. There's nothing else they got. That won't be the case with the Cowboys because if we get CD in, if he finally gets signed, with Brandon Cooks and now Jake Ferguson, you're going to spread the field. If they put 8 men in the box, I love it. If Zeke Elliott is a decoy and teams load up with 8 men in the box and you're telling me I got CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, I'm okay with that. I'll take those one-on-one matchups with Dak Prescott as the quarterback and we'll eat. Or we'll go 12 personnel and 2 wideouts. And we'll eat. So, teams are going to be a little more spread out than they were with New England. B, you've got a better offensive line between Tyler Smith, Zach Martin right there in the middle of the field, and potentially Cooper Beebe or Brock Hoffman. I'm actually feeling really good about Brock Hoffman as well, because Brock Hoffman started 3 games last year for Biotish, and most people didn't realize that Biotish wasn't in there. There was no letdown. In fact, I would say he played as good, maybe even better than Biotish did. So now you've got a strong middle. You've got a stronger middle than what you had before, and that's Zeke Alley. Zeke, he likes to run up the middle. He definitely likes to run up the middle. Terrence Steele should be a little more Steelish, another year removed from the ACL. Now, Tyler Guyton, I don't know yet. We don't know. He's got the height. He's got the size, but he's a rookie. So I feel like Zeke Elliott will definitely do better than what he did last year, which was 642 yards, only on 184 carries. Now, here's the second part of the equation while y'all are laughing about oh, they got Zeke Elliott. Zeke's going to suck so bad. Right? Okay, I hear y'all. But see, here's what you have to understand. You have Mike McCarthy calling the plays. Mike McCarthy is not a run guy. Mike McCarthy has never been like the Tennessee Titans that just want to run. They're not like the Minnesota Vikings when they had Adrian Peterson. Mike McCarthy likes to spread out the field and hit open guys. Quick hitters. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Launch that ball. Boom. Move it around. Okay? He likes to hit that seam route with the tight end down the middle. He stretches the field. He uses the passing game to set up the run, whereas Kellen Moore was trying to use the running game because we'd always run on first down, and Zeke Elliott might get a yard or two or lose a yard or two, and then we'd be in second long. Mike McCarthy's going to use the pass to set up the run. He only runs because it's like, if you've been married, like me, okay? Now, honestly, there's a lot of y'all out there that are married. How many of you really just say, oh, my God, I want to take out the trash? Oh, my, and there's nothing I love more than taking out the trash. Oh, my God, let me check the trash can and see if I need to. You don't. There's not a husband in America that likes taking out the trash. But you recognize that you got to do it to keep the peace. It's one of those things that, I don't want to take out the trash. But I have to. I got to. Because if not, I'm going to listen to mama. Okay? I'm going to have to listen. And worse yet, don't let mama have to take the trash out. Because, y'all ever have the situation? Okay, I'm sorry I digressed for a second, but let me ask you this. You ever have your wife go through and say, oh, when you have time, can you? And you say, sure. And because you're in the middle of doing something, and the thing that she asked you about within like 10 seconds, she's doing with an attitude. And you're kind of like, I was just finishing what I was going to take care of that. Never mind. It's like, you said when you have time. That didn't mean that right now. If you said, I need this done right now, you ever had that situation? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Because it's like they say when you have time, so you think, oh, okay, let me finish writing this or let me finish this. So you figure, okay, I got, 5, 10, half hour. Next thing you know, it's like, well, wait a minute, I thought you had this. Never, I got it. It's like, what the So that's what it's like with Mike McCarthy in the running game. He doesn't really like to, if he's calling the plays, he digs the pass. So when you look at it from the standpoint of saying Zeke Elliott, Zeke will be able to do the short yardage. Okay, so now back to the original question of, is Dak 31 or 32 and over passing, or is he under 31 and 32? I can't remember if it was 31 or 32 from Vegas. Will Zeke Elliott end up taking more runs into the end zone? We saw Tony Pollard, who tried to truck somebody and didn't quite make it. The wheels fell off. So that's a big question. So will he or won't he? I'm actually going to say that Jake Ferguson is going to become a big red zone target for the Cowboys. And Dak will save the NFL. Poglove, how's Dak going to save the NFL? Do tell on that one. I'm a Dak Prescott fan, and I'm not going to say that he's going to save the NFL. I didn't know the NFL needed saving, but okay. Dak is the NFL. Well, he's the most talked about guy. No, Brad, love the Commanders. My wife has never, you know what, Kid Cowboy? If you are the way with her the way you are in here, where you're always grumpy and always complaining and everything, I can understand that. Maybe you should try being a little more positive, a little nicer. You know, get her some flowers. Tell you what, go up behind her, give her hugs. Hey, baby, I love you. You know, go to the store, get her some. I'll tell you what, go to Nothing But Cakes. Okay, Nothing But Cakes. Okay, go through. Get her like a red velvet one, you know, right there. You know, the red velvet one. Get her red velvet, maybe a lemon one, a nice lemon one. And a lemon one would be good too, right? So a red velvet, a lemon, and maybe a chocolate one. Okay, I'm not crazy about the chocolate ones, but, you know, right there, because it has the cream cheese frosting and stuff. Ooh, you know, take a little bit on your finger and that ice and say, here you go, baby, taste that. Try that. And maybe she'll be a little bit happier, okay? Take care of her. Take care of her needs, okay? All right? Now, we're in the short time before training camp opens up, so now's your chance before the season starts to make sure you woo her. Woo her. Do things that you did when you first got together. Make her happy, okay? Try that, Kid Cow. And try and be kinder and gentler in here, too. Try and be a nice guy. How is Dak the NFL, and he's never even been to the championship game? He can't win back-to-back playoff games. He also led the league in turnovers, too. Oh, my God. 1 year, he was tied, William, after he broke his thumb. Broke his thumb. Now, here, come on, William. Look, bro. Okay. If Dak Prescott had another year where he had, you know, led the league in turnovers, I'd say, okay, yeah, this is a pattern. How about this? How about when he ended up throwing and leading the lead in touchdown passes last year with 36? How about the year that he threw 37 when he was up there tied with Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers? How about those two? Huh? How about those two, bro? You gonna take the one negative when he actually broke his thumb? Seriously? Come on, man. Come on. But somebody said he has the NFL. That's ridiculous. Well, William, here's what I'm going to say, though, bro. If you take Dak Prescott, if Dak Prescott just disappeared off the face of the earth right now, that he was nobody knew anything about Dak Prescott. It was just like, you know, we went into an alternate universe and Dak Prescott did not exist. What would the NFL be talking about right now? What would we be talking about? What would we be talking if we didn't have the Dallas Cowboys? Seriously, what would we talk about? I don't know. I'm not talking about Pat Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl. If you want to talk about ineptitude, and screwing the pooch, I can think of some teams that have done worse than the Cowboys. I can say Big Spank Dog's team right there. Big Spank Dog, who's talking about first-round exits. We're talking about a team that literally moved up and spent 3 number ones and a second to get RG3, got 1 good year out of him, found a quarterback who was actually playing well, franchise tagged him twice, let him walk for nothing, and proceeded to pay an older quarterback $73 million, who proceeded, after being ass all season, to break his leg with a spiral fracture. They turn around, they draft another quarterback in the first round, only to eventually let him go. Sadly, tragically, he ends up getting killed on a highway. They literally go through the litany of guys like Colt McCoy and Eyebrows and Jack Johnsons and everybody under the sun. They had an owner that was literally selling stale peanuts. If you want drama, they got more drama in Washington than we do. They had literally Jay Gruden, who ended up getting run out of the NFL. They brought back their historic great coach and made him look like ass. They had Marty Schottenheimer, who turned the team around and got him at 8-8, and they fired him when they should have kept his ass. They had the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. Oh, boy, if we could just get back to like we played in preseason at old soccer, right? You talk about drama. Washington's had more drama than the Dallas Cowboys. They could be talking about the Commanders, yet they don't. How about the New York Jets, that had not one, but 2 of the greatest quarterbacks in the Green Bay Packers and still couldn't bust a grape? They literally had a quarterback that they called Butt Fumble, who literally fumbled it off a guy's ass. They have gone through more players and everything else out there. You could make more fun of those guys. You want to talk about quarterbacks that are sucking up all the money and not busting a grape and doing a damn thing. How about Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson, y'all remember that guy? Deshaun Watson, who they said, oh my God, Dak Prescott's not anywhere near. Deshaun Watson's a game changer. Yeah, he's changed some games, changing them into losses. I believe in the last 2 years, that guy has 15 TDs. And by the way, he's a $63 million cap hit, not this year, that's fully guaranteed, not just next year, but the year after that. That mother humper is $63 million on the cap the next 3 freaking years. Now, you can go through. Now, you done open up the floodgates here now. You done open up the floodgates here because y'all mother humpers want to find a scapegoat, and you keep blaming the one guy who's actually keeping you relative. Because we've seen what it's like when Dak Prescott goes down. We've seen Andy Dalton, the guy they literally said, there's no step off from Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton and Dak Prescott, they're the same guy. Oh, they're bringing in Andy Dalton to go ahead and make Dak Prescott to bring in competition. How'd that work out there, bro? How'd it work out? Huh? Andy Dalton? Oh, but now we got Trey Lance. It's Trey Lance's season. I see that's up in here now. Trey Lance. Oh, he's ready to go. He's ready to rock and roll. Seriously? So I go back to it. If it weren't, the real fan won. Okay. Did we win those games because of Cooper Rush winning them or not losing them? Because if I remember right, our defense stepped up really nicely because we only averaged like 21 points. So are we literally going to go out here and say that Cooper Rush scoring 21 points a game, versus Dak Prescott leading the NFL with 29 points, that's the same? Are we really going to say that? That we're better off having the guy who, mind you, when we did play the Eagles, I believe he had 3 interceptions that game. I might want to say we had 3 interceptions that game. But are we really going to say that the guy that's leading the team with 21-point average versus a guy who was leading them with 29.8, that's a better way to go? I'm just asking for a friend. You tell me. I'm just trying to figure it out. And you know what? I'm all aboard if we got a solution that says we're going to win a Super Bowl. But the thing is this. This is a real question to you. I'm going to put it this way. Okay. We're not going to talk about the NFL situation, but we're going to try and put it in something that's similar to it. Okay? I am a cabinet maker. Okay? I don't know what you guys do for your job, but just imagine your job. Okay? A cabinet maker, it's like a carpenter, but a good cabinet maker is anywhere from $50 to $100, depending what type of cabinet work you're doing. If you're a guy that's working with like the logs that have been like in the bottom of Lake, Michigan and all that for 100 years and things like that, where it's, $200 a board foot for the wood and things, and making like instruments, it's going to be a lot more than the $50 per hour type guy. But let's just say that I'm a really good cabinet maker, okay? I can do custom work. I can spit out, 10 cabinets a week. And I get $40 an hour, okay? Let's say there's another company that has a guy, younger guy, not a lot of experience, does mess up some of the wood, because he over chips, he makes his mortises a little too big and things, right? Oh, damn, messed up that board. Not quite as fast and makes more mistakes. But that guy's getting $55 an hour, right? And I'm looking at the other company over here that's got that guy over here at $55 an hour. And they treat him nice. Hey, man, have an extra break, man. We got sodas in the break room for you and bags of chips and things. Oh, man, we got, we're doing team building. We're all going to go out to dinner together and stuff because we really appreciate having you here on the job. And you're here at your company, and your company is charging you money for lunch, whether you eat lunch or not. And you're getting your $40 an hour. That guy's getting $55 an hour. And you don't see the company going out to say, you know what, Mark, we're going to go out here and we're going to get you a CNC machine so that way some of the bigger pieces, the machine will cut it out and make your job easier and make your job better. Because that's what they did over there at his house, over at the other company. They go out, they buy more tools. For me, they say, hey, here's a chisel for you. It's a little dull, but you can make do with it. And then they come to you and they say, you know what? After you see that they've been on vacation, that they got, they went on a big cruise, right? They're out partying. They have all kinds. You follow where I'm going, right? So then they say to you, after you see them spending money lavishly, after giving you subpar tools to work with, they say, you need to take less money because we got other guys we got to pay. And you're looking over here on this guy who's getting more money than you, who's doing less of a job, got better equipment and tools, and they're trying to do something. They're trying to be company of the year. What's your team trying to do? So do you look at that and say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give them a break. Or do you look and say, bro, I want some new tools. I want that CNC machine. I'd like to get that $55 an hour because that's exactly what the Cowboys do. You see Trevor Lawrence over there. Hey, Trevor, you're getting $55 million a year. You're part of Fanatics, so we're going to charge $275 for your autograph, bro, so we're going to fatten your wallet some more. You see a guy like Jalen Hurts. Hey, Jalen Hurts, we're going to go ahead and give you that bonus We got your bonus, $51 million. But, hey, guess what? We're going to get you a new planer, bro, and A.J. Brown. We're going to make sure that, you got some good safety glasses and gloves and everything else, that you're going to have all these tools, all of these, protections for you, which are offensive linemen. Dak, well, bro, sorry. Those goggles you have, I know they're kind of scratched up there and you can't really see through them and stuff, but, they're kind of worn out. Your chisel is dull and, the saw needs a new saw blade and everything else. And, but you can do it. This is literally what the Cowboys do, guys. And we turn around and say, oh, he's being greedy. Well, I tell you what. Cam Newton reiterated something that I said. What I would love to see happen between now and training camp starts, Dak Prescott picks up the phone. Hey, Jerry. Hey, how you doing, Dak? I'd like to sit down with you, me, and Will McClay and have a meeting just us four. What you want? We'll talk about it, Jerry, when I get there. Okay, look, this is just us. Okay. Aisha Robinson, what's up, Aisha? How you doing? They go out to, nice fancy restaurant, with the, the great steaks and stuff, and have a couple dreams. Aisha, I missed your membership. Shout out. Okay, I'm sorry, Aisha. Ooh, Aisha, but you are our Super Bowl trophy. You've been a member for a long, long time, but I'm sorry. I got on a roll. Big Spank Dog up in here trying to talk to smack as a Commanders fan, and it's like, bro, get out of here with that shit. Get out of here with that shit. You can't be taken seriously, Big Spank Dog, when this is your anthem.
My home team, my loyalty, I'm at Uptown Royalty. We fight for all DC, who are we? I speak facts, I'm not.
Big Spank Dog, go slap yourself. Seriously, go slap yourself. All right. Dak Prescott. Jerry, let's put our cards on the table, bro. Listen, whether you like me or not, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What I need to know is, what is the goal? What is it we're trying? Are we going to be about it and we're going to try to win a Super Bowl? Or are we just here to be drama queens? If we're here just to be drama queens, then max out my contract. If I'm not going to be about winning the Super Bowl, then I want every penny that I can get. Bottom line. Jerry, what I want at this point in my life, I've made $200 million from you. Made probably another $100 million in endorsements. I got a beautiful girlfriend. I got my daughter. I've got some records of the Cowboys. I can get paid more money. What I need is a ring. And I can't do it by myself. Are we going to try and win a Super Bowl and get our shit together? Or are we just going to go through and just bullshit and be drama queens? If you want to actually, and you're going to actually do this, follow through with it, you give me your word. Let's do a longer deal. Let's do a 5-year, 6-year deal. Lots of avoidable years on the end. Making a lot of guaranteed money so that way you got low numbers each year. Get me another running back. Get me another wide receiver. Get me some defensive linemen. Get me a Stephon Gilmore to help back up. Put those pieces in place for this team. It ain't a whole lot that I need. It ain't a whole lot. And let's go out here and win something. But if you're not interested in trying to do that, if you're still sitting here, we believe in our own. Yes, we believe in our guys. Jerry, you've done great finding a guy like Terrence Steele, who was an undrafted free agent. You've done great finding a UFL guy like our punter and like Kayvon Turpin. You've done great with that stuff. You've done incredible drafting C.D. Lamb, and you've done, again, Micah Parsons and finding Jake Ferguson and finding Tyler Smith. Getting me in the 4th round, that's you're commended. But Jerry, just like back in the 90s, you having all those draft picks, it wasn't solely those draft picks. It was going out and getting a Charles Haley. It was literally fighting your son off and getting a Deion Sanders. It was also getting a Jay Novacek. It was getting a Ray Donaldson. It was getting people here to make sure that we had the talent to beat everybody and that we had the talent that when we lost people, we had quality people to go back in there. We weren't going to 40-year-old Jason Peters. We weren't going to Chaz Greens. We weren't going to Chimo Igotas. We were going to real players. Jerry, that's what I want. What the hell do you want, Jerry? What do you want? If you want a Super Bowl, let's figure this shit out together. That's what needs to happen. And if it's not going to happen, then either Jerry, and for all we know, this may be Dak Prescott's attitude. We're going to wait till the end of the season and see what you guys do before I decide if I want to be here or not. We don't know if that's the case. Jerry's also messing Trey Lance up. Why would a coach 1 year develop a player that Jerry brought in without telling anyone? Well, that's another one of those things. Could you imagine if, oh God, could you imagine if we hadn't used that 4th round pick for Trey Lance and we used it on getting a young stud running back? How much better we'd be? That's another one of those cases where we overpaid. Y'all really got me off of my game tonight because I was going to actually be doing something a little bit different than what we were doing here. Jerry Jones can't seem to get out of his own way and let the coaches. Mike Aldana, what's going on? I'm not sure that it is really necessarily Jerry as much as now it is Steven. Steven Jones has his philosophy of, we believe in our own guys, and we're going to pay them when we feel like getting the deal done instead of trying to be proactive and get these things done. They're always reactive. They keep waiting for somebody else to set the market so they know what they're supposed to pay as opposed to saying, let's go out here and get these things done. Because here's what happens. I'm going to tell you what happens. This is one of those ones where Steven Jones wants to baffle you with bullshit to make you think that he's smart and knows what the hell he's doing. Because when he's had to do deals without the market being set, they screw the pooch. With Zeke Elliott, they literally, we're not going to reset the market. They overpaid Zeke like $4 million a year. Zeke Elliott, I don't think y'all understand, has made the second most money of any running back in the history of the NFL. Only Adrian Peterson made more, and he played about twice as many years. Let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in. As much as we love Zeke Elliott, that was a mistake to sign him to that contract. Running backs, I want every player to get paid. I love players getting paid because of what they have to do. However, running backs don't get better after the 4th year. They don't. Okay, Christian McCaffrey is playing really good, but he's on a good team. So I'm not sure if it's all Christian McCaffrey or also being on a really good team as opposed to being on Carolina. Be that as it may, if you're playing the odds, running backs after 4 years don't get better. I don't think you're going to see Tony Pollard being better than he was here for the rest of his career. DeMarco Murray, after that great season with us with over 1,800 yards, never got anywhere close to that ever again in his career. Kid Cowboy, $4 million a week. Yeah. Well, Kid Cowboy, you could make that too if you could become an NFL quarterback and be one of the best. I ain't mad at him. I'm not. You know what? If I could do that, I'd want that kind of money too, because there's only a handful of us out here that could do that. You want the best brain surgeon in the world? He ain't going to come cheap. He's not. So I want to go through, and I want to get a little bit of Cam. Oh, Cam. And think about some of the things he said. PM is just different, not better. At Dan should have been MVP last year and got robbed. Actually, he really did, because even if you take the rushing touchdowns that and the yards that he made on the ground, Lamar Jackson didn't have a better record, didn't have more yards passing, didn't have more combined touchdowns, didn't have more combined yards or anything else, and only went one game further. And it's not a postseason award, it's a regular season award. But of course they're not going to give it to Dak. But Cam in his fly outfits.
Oh, same thing, bruh. You got all this damn money, all this damn access. Man, bring somebody in here that know what they're doing. Okay. Well, if I was Jerry Jones, you know what I would have did? Mm-hmm. I would have had Bill Belichick, man. Hey, come here, man. What you need, man? Hey, come help us.
What about the people that said Mike won a Super Bowl before? He got
so did Jerry Jones.
Not Dak.
But there has a thing, it's a saying, Peggy, that they say, what have you done for me lately?
Oh, yeah.
They talking about the man Skip Bayless and them living in the 90s, man.
What's up?
Shit, I was in the motherfucking Pampers, man.
He was in Pampers in the 90s. Lola, what's up? Shout out to Lola. Prayers for Aisha. Aisha, how you doing, girl? What's going on with Aisha? How's your mom doing, Aisha?
Since Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Irvin and them was up.
Irvin out
there.
there.
They was out there just wilding out, priming them.
Yeah.
And they ain't won shit since. But I'm trying to tell you, Dak, you need help. Not only help from the skilled personnel, you need help from management to understand, like, yo, bro, it's a whole unison of everybody understanding how to win. It's just not up to the players. But I will tell you this, if you're making this type of money,
you got the ball now.
I'm trying to tell you.
You got to.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. So,
you think he's zesty?
if you got the same stat line as Patrick Mahomes, something is clicking in big games.
Well. But then, but tell me this though. I know you saying like he need to double down and be like, all right, I don't need as much because I got paid before. But obviously, it's the NFL in sports anyway. Anything can happen, just like that.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
So he don't need to get him like, bro. If y'all got it, I want it.
Peggy, listen. Let me put it like this: free game.
Okay.
$55 million annual. Mm-hmm. Okay. You already got money. If you put the salary cap in that much of a stronghold, what are you doing for the other supporting cast? If they're giving you $60 million every year, you're going to have to do 3 people worth of work.
Yeah.
If you make, let's say, 47 mil, right? Okay. If you make 50 mil, that's still a good number, bro. And you still got more or they have more to play with to go get you some help. We don't need you to break the bank. You already done broke the bank a couple times.
So
and you still breaking the bank right now. We talking about $40 million, man, a year, man. And that's checks that's coming 17 weeks.
Come on now.
Please, somebody, open up a calculator, put $40 million. Fuck that. We gonna go with Trevor ass. Put 55 M&Ms in your calculator.
3 mil a week. 3.2. 3.2 millios.
For 17 weeks.
Yeah.
You look at that
17 weeks,
damn
that's a
bank
lot of
account, Chase, Bank of America, BB&T, Credit Union.
You just could make your own bank. It's like, look, I'm the bank of Dak.
Shit. The bank account just called the Holy Ghost. Woo! That's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
$3.2 million a week for 17 weeks. That's a lot of motherfucking money. Like, bro,
Like Monday,
you
I
ain't
can't wait
hurting
to
for
see my
that.
bank account on
Because
Monday.
I'm looking at this list too. The top 10 goes as follows. We got Trevor Lawrence. We got Joe Burrow. Okay. Jared Goff. Okay. Justin Herbert. Okay. Lamar Jackson. Okay. Jalen Hurts. Okay. Kyler Murray. Okay. Deshaun Watson. Okay. Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Kirk Cousins.
Damn.
Okay.
It's only one of them that have a Super Bowl.
It's only one guy that has a Super Bowl, and there's a lot of guys on here that doesn't have a lot of playoff success.
Yeah.
So if you're going to sit up here and judge Dak Prescott on playoff success, and I'm looking at a list of guys that don't even have no playoff experience or not even a playoff win.
Come on.
Come on.
What are we
He said,
doing?
get the fuck.
I don't know,
What are
man.
you talking about? So
He may be annoying Logan
my boy, back
Motorsports,
to
but
you.
he's preaching it.
If you want to put your team in the bind and you want $56 million or 55.5, cool. But you're going to put us in a bind.
But is he worth it?
He is worth it.
Okay, he's worth the money.
He is worth it. Because fuck is he worth it? I'm looking at the list. The list tells me he's worth it.
Yeah.
I would prefer Dak Prescott over Kirk Cousins. I would not prefer Dak Prescott over Patrick Mahomes, but he's sitting at 9. I would prefer, Deshaun. I prefer Deshaun over Dak. Kyler Murray, I prefer Dak over Kyler Murray. Jalen Hurts, I prefer Dak over Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson,
We're going
Lamar. Justin Herbert, Dak.
I'm going Dak,
Jared Goff, I'm going with Jared Goff.
Yeah, he was about to.
I'm going with Jared Goff. I'm not crazy now. I'm not. I'm still keeping it in there.
Okay.
Hey, let this espresso take over now. Joe Burrow, I'm taking Joe Burrow. Trevor Lawrence, I'm taking Dak.
Dak, yeah. So he in the mix.
For sure. So it ain't.
So that's whether you like it or not, people will say, oh, well, that's just Cam Newton. He doesn't mean anything. But honestly, he makes the case that's actually there. But regardless, Dan, sorry, Jalen Hurts is not better. Sorry, bro. You're on a Cowboy channel. You're never going to get that one. Let me say Aisha Robinson lost her aunt. Sending prayers your way, Aisha. I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm glad that your mom is doing okay. I know it's a tough time when you lose somebody, especially around the holidays and things. So definitely keep you in my thoughts. Yeah, the Cowboys. Does anybody have any idea what they're doing? Yeah, Dan, I'm a homer. And your problem with that, Dan, is what? Is what, Dan? I am a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber. You see up here? Signed by Tony Dorsett, Hall of Famer and everything, right? You see that? You see the Cowboys toolbox right there. You see Emmitt Smith, right? You see the Cowboys hat, right? You see back over here, Cowboys action figures and stuff like that. Of course I'm a homer, dude. I am a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber. That's why I have a Raid bottle for the Eagles. That's why I got a roll of toilet tissue with the Eagles logo on it, because I'm a homer. If you don't like my homerism, then homing your ass on the hell out of here, dude. Of course I'm a homer. Jeez.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hating, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like you like a born a hater, like myself, man. A lot of cats think they hate, but, man, I'm mad at everything, man. Brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got one car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? That's played out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
I don't understand why people come on a channel. It's not like you stumbled upon us and you didn't know that I am a Dallas. Look, I'm wearing a shirt that says Cowboys for life, okay? Or excuse me, Cowboys life sentence. Same thing. And you're going to come in here, oh, you're talking about the Cowboys. Ooh. Yes, dickhead. Yes, we are. Look, in Logan Motorsports, he's an Eagle homer. That's the way it goes. You get the home team thing. So I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. We said we were all in, and we've done all in nothing. Done nothing. So, north of the border, absolutely, my friends. Thanks, Brad. We talked about Dak like he's the second 2 TDs and 38 interceptions in the playoffs in his career. He's not. Far from that. Mark, you have dedicated your life to Dallas, but how? Okay. He was saying I've dedicated my life. No, my life is not dedicated. I talk a lot about the Cowboys. I am very passionate about the Cowboys, and I don't make any bones about it. I enjoy it. Even when it's bad, I do. I look at my life and say, I love my life the way it is. I've got an incredible wife. I've got some great kids. I get to work with my hands and doing things that I love, like this house right here. You know, I was out before we got going here in 98-degree weather outside, building a cabinet for this old sink that I'm going to be redoing, so that way my wife can have a outdoor on the patio there, a sink and cabinet and everything else, so she can do all the plants and turning this place into a jungle. I'm waiting to see a big plant that's going to say, "Feed me, Seymour," because literally she's buying every kind of plant in the world. It's beginning to look like the jungle. I feel like I'm in the jungles of Southeast Asia, and that maybe I need to get some Agent Orange because it's literally turning into a jungle. But I'm happy that that makes her happy. And I'm happy that I can be here with Dallas Cowboy fans going through the ups and downs together with them. And I'm also happy that I can be here making trolls happy, that they have something to look forward to. Because the way the world is right now, it's crazy. And if you can come in here for a 10-minute video or for an hour-long live stream, and you can laugh at me, you see me fall out on the floor because the Cowboys lost, and you go, ha ha, that shit's funny, and you feel good about it, then you know what? It was worth falling out on the floor. Because the world is crazy. Everybody is at their necks of each other. And we need to learn to be able to laugh at each other. We need to be able to talk a little bit of smack. We need to be able to have fun. And like brother Leo, people give me a hard time because Leo comes on here. Get that ego fit. Dude, he is an American who happens to be an Eagle fan. He's a human being who happens to be an Eagle fan. Ain't no room for hate up in here. All right? So let's have some fun. Let's feel good. Let's laugh together. Our quarterback is a damn choker. Kid Cowboy, I can see you won't be getting none tonight from your wife. I told you what to do, man. I told you, go to nothing but cake. I'm telling you. She get a bite of that red velvet. Oh, and if you really want to be cool, if you really want to go over the top, bro, get some vanilla ice cream to go with the nothing but cake, and get yourself a can of whipped cream to go. Ooh, oh, you might just go to Freaky Town. I'm really ready for some football. I think we're all ready for some football. We need that so bad. Purdy back to back to back. Okay. Ruben. What's up, Ruben? How are you doing? NFC Championship game. I hope. But as I look and see what Jerry Jones isn't doing, I don't know how everybody can say, oh, we got to go to the NFC Championship game, and you've done nothing to get there. You've done nothing to get there. All right, good people. As always, you know I appreciate you guys. You know we're getting close. I think we're only – I didn't even look at it because I wasn't here yesterday. How many days is it? 61? I'm waiting for it to see how many days is it. Okay, we know it's 123,000 subscribers. Go ahead. Move. Move it. Come on. Next thing. How many days is it? You know, they say a watch clock, 62. They say a watch clock never ticks. As soon as I turn my head away, it changed. 62 days until the NFL season. As always, good people, I appreciate y'all.